I bring you greetings from Kenya, Jumbo. It's an honor to travel and be chosen by God through our bishop to come on this trip, knowing that God will get the glory. I've seen God move, I've seen people get delivered, I've seen people get healed, miracles happen.
Major highlights for me on this mission trip to Kenya was simply the fact that God could take such a small team and he could use us to touch so many facets of ministry. We were able to feed, to clothe, to touch the children, the men, the women. It was just a phenomenal time in the Lord. There were crusades that were done, ministry taking place every day.
Lives were just impacted and changed just drastically. Before your eyes, you could see the light come on people's lives instantaneously, where people were dark and then they left light. You saw their minds transform right before you into like really just wanting more of what we were pouring out, but not just that, how they just received it.
You're gonna have to get up. You're gonna have to go up and possess this name. And then when you leave and you go back home, and you come back tomorrow, and you go to work, you should be able to look at things differently.
It was just a joyous time that we had in the Lord. I thank God that He allowed us to be able to go on 2 different occasions to the orphanage, and we were able to feed them. We were able to literally put socks and shoes on their feet and distribute clothes out to them. Thank God we were able to feed the adults and the elderly.
We are getting all these groceries because we want to bless the community at Grace City. We are going to be feeding 100 families at Grace City.
And that particular day, the power of God really fell strong. We were outside and Minister Madrine was ministering, and the power of God fell on her so strong. She didn't even need the interpreter that day. God spoke through her in another language, in a language that she wasn't even familiar with, and it was so powerful. Many people were healed that day and set free.
One of the team members had been suffering with sugar diabetes for years and received a breakthrough during this trip.
I test my sugar this morning. It's in the normal range. That's the first time it's been normal like that for years.
Glory to God.
So praise God.
We were not playing at all when it came to how effective we wanted to be for Christ.
Jesus, let that man outside the village, because sometimes where you are, you got to come from out in among. The Bible says that Jesus, oh my God, he took the man by the hand and he led him out of the village. What lets me know is that sometimes those that are around you, they can't go where you're going. They don't believe what you believe. They don't speak the same thing you speak, so they're not going to see the same thing that you see. My God, they are of this world, and you are a believer. You're not of this world. You're just in this world.
But God was not done yet. He had one more thing in store for the women.
We were able to partner with Pastor Mercy and be a part of her launching her women's ministry. Wow, it was phenomenal for us to participate and to help to see the beginning of what God is going to do through those women. And I thank God for our co-pastor, because we recognize that it is because of what she has been pouring into us, how she's been training and developing, that we were able to go and to duplicate that in Limuru, Kenya. I can remember God allowing me to just look around as the women had their royalty buttons on that co-pastor had sewn in their bags after we had ministered minister, and God allowed me to see that co-pastor was there. She was in Kenya, and he allowed me to see that, to say, because her spirit was in us, we were able to duplicate and empower those women. And so now they are on their way. They are royalty, and they know it. And with that, co-pastor, the women of Limuru, Kenya, have a message for you.
We are living a royal life. Yeah!
Thank God for Bishop and co-pastor. Thank you so much for choosing me to be a part of this phenomenal team. Thank God for Voice of Grace and us partnering and being led by Minister Madrine, who was an awesome leader, and the power of God was just on this woman as she led this team. And thank God for Mt.Gilead. Thank you for your tithes and offering that made this trip possible, that touched and impacted so many lives.